For thousands of years, men have fought and died for the betterment of their nation's state. The concept of mercenaries is nothing new. When a war ended and fighting men were no longer needed, those with the skill set went abroad to employ their skill set elsewhere. In recent years, we have seen the rise of private military contractor groups in use across the globe. A multitude of different countries looking to outsource the use of force to companies, which allows them the deniability of things when they go south. LARP News Network takes a look at just one of such companies performing contracting work on the world market today. Administrative Results is a private military contracting group who specializes in flat-range operations, with thousands of different operators working for them, all with extensive backgrounds in flat-range operations. This is LARP News Network. My name's Ben Dove, and recently I was out with the mercenary group that goes by the name of Administrative Results. They take a lot of their inspiration from the old mercenary group, which is still active in South Africa and Africa today, known as Executive Outcomes. A lot of the lessons learned play into a part of Administrative Results, and speaking with the CEO, Mike Donahe, it became very clear that Administrative Results is still operational in the world today. In fact, when I spoke with them, they were spinning up for a tour overseas, and they were implementing a new weapon known as a VZ-58. These mercenaries are highly skilled in the flat-range theatrics and are well-equipped to handle any threat that comes their way. As long as it's a piece of paper, we're a still target. Is the only balaclava that you had?
Yeah, sorry.
I was about to invade the Crimea. Do you know anybody in the Crimea? We're looking to expand our sector over there.
No, not right now.
Okay. I gotta take this 1 sec. Go. You're not recording, are you? You're not? Okay. So I'm about to have a confidential conversation. Hi, yeah, my name's Jack Moore. I am a contractor with Administrative Results. Right, I thought we paid off the lawyers for that. Been a contractor here for about going on 3 years now. Oh no, is this a children's hospital? Switched over to the private sector after multiple years on the flat range. I was hoping you guys in the Senate could take care of this. I have a lot on my plate as it is right now. I'm trying to fix our PR image. And got picked up by Administrative Results to be employed as a private military contractor. Yeah, I'm familiar. The story's gonna break and it's gonna be pretty bad, so we're trying to get a jump on it right now. I told you, you get what you pay for. Yeah, it's a dangerous job. Pays very well though compared to my previous employment as a flat range operator, but it definitely offers me a lot more financial stability as far as my personal life goes. Well, I'm sure you got some rebels and some freedom fighters you need taken care of. Be happy to hop on that for you. That's what Administrative Results does best stuff. Really a great opportunity. Sorry, almost done. Would I recommend contracting? Hey, it's not for everybody. Well, if that's the direction of the company that you want to go with your country, sir, then I think we should definitely pursue that method. Truly it is. It's a profession that does take a lot from you. Yeah, $69 million would be the base fee. You'll be gone from your family a lot, but I mean, it's a high risk, high reward kind of business. Why 69 mil? I have my reasons. And there is money to be made out there, but it does come at a price. We recently caught up with an operator who formerly worked for Administrative Results who had a little bit more disgruntled take to the company.
Yeah, my name is GT. I'm a former flat range operator for Admin Results, currently in Task Force 69. Served as Task Force 420 as well as current operator. I mean, Mike's a fucking psychopath, man, and not because he's dangerous, he actually doesn't know how to shoot, but because the guy listens to Justin Bieber when he works out, and who the fuck does that?
Hi, my name is Mike Donahe. We are a mercenary company here. I'm the CEO of Administrative Results.
Yeah, so the reason he wears the balaclava is because he's constantly orgasming.
We excel in providing some of the best paramilitary services on the market. All of our operators come from an extensive background of flat range operating.
I mean, the guy's been in a lot of trouble. We were in South America, and he actually got his hands on the only body pillow of Che Guevara, and the FBI's been hunting him down ever since. I don't know how the guy's still getting contracts, to be honest.
With multiple flat range deployments underneath their belt, they are some of the highest tier soldiers that you can get as far as when it comes to soldiers of fortune. It became very clear that Mike had a whirlwind of controversy surrounding him. Now, despite this, his hospitality was still extended to us. He offered our camera crew to tag along during a flat range exercise. These are known to be quite chaotic and quite intense. Hi, this is Ben Dover with LARP News Network. I'm out here at the Flat Range, and today we're following the story of a contractor group coming under fire for war crimes in different parts of the world. This story breaking on the heels of the new dictator regime in the foreign country, Blahnkety-a-Blahnk, after a series of war crimes were uncovered and the results of administrative had a hand in it. All this and more at LARP News Network. Hey, if you're on the toilet, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Welcome to the video. This is an Admin Results video. And what are you doing? All right, before we dive into the VZ58, let's go over the gear real quick. Gear for the video is just going to be a Pattern 83 chest rig. Nothing too crazy. I'd like to do more in-depth-ish review on this, but I mean, this thing has been out for like since 1983, so it's old, but we're just running this if you're unfamiliar with it, I guess. Holds 6 mags. You got spare pouches for all your stuff. I think a compass, frag, medical pouch, stuff like that. It has a little map pouch. Oh geez, has a little map type pouch in the rear over here. I don't believe this one might be legit. I'm not sure. Probably not. It says that. I don't know. I'm no expert. I'm a big chimp. But not a bad little setup and kit. Oh, the radio, if you're curious about the radio, this is just a little prop we're using for the contractor vibes. You can snag, like, I'm sure you can snag old radio stuff from military surpluses. So, little Motorola PTT. So we're rocking one of those. All right. Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Talking Balaclava. Today we are suffering through the plagues of Israel. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there's a bunch of flies out here and they're buzzing me pretty hard. Nonetheless, we shall persist and we shall make a YouTube video. It's the only reason I exist in this world anymore. All right, today we're going over the VZ58. Now, what this video is, it is not an in-depth look at the VZ58. It's not the expert opinions view on the VZ58. I have a very limited amount of time behind this gun. I am new to this platform, but I'm taking a look and giving you my initial impressions. I'm giving you my initial impressions of the firearm myself. It's essentially what this channel is. If you're new or unfamiliar, it's a big chimp vibe where we kind of just have a good time and look at guns. I'm no expert in any way, shape, or form, nor do I claim to be. I'm just a normal dude having a good time on the Flat Range. And truly, at the end of the day, that's all that matters is, did you have fun? Damn, there's a bunch of flies out here. Okay. So today we're going to the VZ58. This is one of the guns I wanted to look at for a while on the channel, and it's going to morph a little bit on here. This isn't my personal gun. Yet again, the gun store here, Cerakote store here in Arizona, known as Area 15, let me borrow it. So quick shout out to them for letting me borrow the firearm to use in a YouTube video. Now, with that out of the way, I want to do more with this gun. This is going to be a quick initial impersonation. Or why do I keep saying impersonation? I want to do more with this gun and trick it out a little bit more and see how far we can kind of take it and maybe go full space gun, which is kind of like what I like to do. You just get ridiculous with the weapon system and get a little goofy. But I wanted to start off with it as plain Jane and generic as possible. I don't have a lot of time behind this gun, like I said, and I want to see kind of where we can take it. The gun's very fun to use. You know how silly that sounds. It's very fun to use, but it's like, well, yeah, I mean, I usually have fun shooting just about any gun I shoot. As far as tactical application, stuff like that, I hate you. You can see yourself in the glasses, can't you? All right, so now what's funny is that, hey, if you're new to guns, which is totally fine, welcome. You are more than welcome to be here. And I'm very happy that you are, if you are new to firearms and firearms ownership, or if you're interested and you want to get into guns. Happy that you're here. Thanks for sticking around this far, I guess. So if you're like, hey man, it's a weird looking AK, what kind of AK is that? And it's funny enough, that is not an AK at all. So this is the VZ58. This was So this was designed in Czechoslovakia, and the Czechs have a good history of firearms craftsmanship. This gun came about during the era of Soviet Union proxy ownership behind the Iron Curtain, right? So Czechoslovakia managed to get away with making their own variant of an AK. Well, really, this doesn't share any compatible parts with an AK at all. If you watch literally any other YouTuber's review, they go more in depth on this than I do. Yet again, quick look. But this doesn't share any compatible parts with an AK, and it even operates a little bit different. If you notice how it's operating here, that's very much not an AK, right? So it's very interesting how this gun works, and I actually kind of like it. I almost wonder with this gun is the designer and the engineers were like, hey, AK is cool, and they want us to make a gun that looks like an AK probably, but they hated like everything about the AK, because how this gun works, it kind of like does what the AK should do to a certain extent, but that may be controversial. I don't care, because this is all just an opinion piece, so it doesn't truly matter. We're just here to have a good time. So one thing that's biggest thing that I noticed to me is the bolt mask, bolt carrier thing right here. Technical words are hard sometimes when you are running on fumes. So this thing right here is much different than the operating system in an AK. You can clearly see how it opens itself up to the world, and unlike an AK that has a dust cover with its bolt, this pretty much opens itself up to the world. It's a little bit weird and a little bit goofier to me. Like I feel like it's kind of scary as far as debris and shit getting into your gun. Debris and shit, how educated of in the channel. And as far as the getting into your gun, I feel like that may gunk up the system. Of course, there are torture tests out here of that, so if you want to go watch a torture test and see how they do, head on over, get out of here, save your brain cells. Nonetheless, we'll keep going. So that's a big difference to me. This one in particular has a bolt drop on this particular VZ58. It's got more so of an extended mag release on the side out here as opposed to straight below, and that's pretty slick. The mags are different as well. These mags are typically aluminum, and they have a rib for your pleasure on the back of the mag. And what that does is that's to lock open the bolt on the last round, which the AK doesn't do as well. So I really feel like those guys who designed it were like, hey, we want the bolt to hold open and we want to be able to drop the bolt with like one finger. So good on them. Safety is pretty interesting. So the safety, this is just a semi-auto variant. So, you know, to operate it, you move the safety forward. That's not my favorite for that particular, how like safeties work. I like to sweep down like on an AK, or sweep down like my thumb on an AR. So that's, I mean, it's no big deal really. You can training curve around that. Guys are always worried about being speedy and being fast, but sometimes you just got to like know your weapon and train with a lot. I say that, but I don't have a lot of training on this weapon, so it's kind of ironic.
So, you know, we actually do get a lot of questions about that. The balaclava, he actually wears it because he sucked so much.
The irons aren't my favorite. I wish they may have moved the irons back here if they're gonna have irons on this mug. I don't know why they couldn't. Well, someone smarter out there than me knows why, but to me it's like, well, why don't you just like move the irons back here? Do you know why, camera guy? Is it the dust cover that's like moves or anything? Exactly. Oh yeah, okay, never mind then. I'm the dumb one, so disregard. But if they manage to fix that, it's kind of like you got this real estate back here if you can manage a way to have irons further back. But of course, these guys that design guns know more than I do, so disregard. So this rail is a Northeastern Arms. We'll see how it does in the future as we use a VZ58. And my plan with this gun, I want to throw a micro red dot on here and a flashlight, maybe some sort of bottom rail down here on the gun. I'm not sure yet, it's all up in the air, but we'll see where life takes us. Maybe even do a red dot of some kind and an IR laser, or maybe a flashlight over here like the Space AK. You never know. We'll never know where we get. I have seen optics that get mounted to the rear where they need this sort of side rail, but that may be a different compatibility with the VZ58. Yet again, I'm still very new to this platform, so you have to forgive me. I feel like I've definitely seen contractors and military personnel overseas, as far as military personnel, using VZ58s in the Middle East, and they often even had a guy reach out to me on Instagram. You know who you are, but he talked about how he used it and how he kind of complained about having different mags that aren't compatible with AKs and how they wish they had that. But it's one of those things where it's like, but definitely interesting to hear guys talk about it and using it over countries. I'm sure the different mag types would be frustrating when you're going for logistics in a Middle Eastern country that has a lot of AKs and maybe AK-74s, AKMs, and you have a VZ58, and you take 7.62x39, but then you have all these other AKs. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent that is not adding any value to your life. So this one appears to not have a threaded barrel. That's because, I guess this one's gonna be a VZ58 Sporter. Huh, but it has a Czech Republic marks, Waffen Works, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, Waffen Works. Okay, so they're the importer. And Waffen Works is relatively new. I believe they came out when you were probably like 16, 17, 18.
Oh, no kidding.
It's interesting they came in as a Sporter configuration, probably a lot easier for them, I bet.
So yeah, so this is a Waffen Works VZ58, and it's the Sporter, so I'm sure with them importing it makes it a little bit easier on the laws and everything like that as far as the bureaucratic issues go, which is a shame. I wish we didn't have to jump through hoops with this stuff, but thanks to your federal government, they put restrictions on all the things that you know and love in life. And I'll leave it at that because this is not a political channel. So this one's a folding stock variant. So the nice thing about VZ58 is that to swap out stocks, you really only need to unscrew one thing and you can pop it off real quick and switch it with, say, a fixed stock if you wanted to do that. That's actually really cool to me. I wish AKs did that. AK rear trunnions are always a pain if you wanted to change because you literally have to drill it out or press in a new one. So they're not as high speedy as, say, the VZ58. So it really does, like I said earlier, it really does make me think, like whoever designed this I want to make the AK better, and this is how I'm gonna do it. So props to them and that designer for making an AK style weapon that's a little bit more modular than a AK-47 itself. Now, of course, things that we are missing is that cool Zenitco look. I wonder if Zenitco actually made any furniture for the VZ58. That'd be kind of neat. I don't know, that'd be really fun to see, but they definitely make shorter variants as well. This one's gonna be, of course, gonna be a 16-inch rifle, be compatible with the NFA laws here in the States without me having to do any $200 tax stamp. And then I believe their military version rifles back in Czechoslovakia, they're like a 15-inch or a 14-inch. 15.5? Yeah, we can asterisk that in after I Wikipedia that real quick, and I'm editing on my computer back at home. But definitely a very cool gun to have in the collection. My thing is, like, would I want to dump all my money onto this, or would I want to make this my go-to rifle? I wouldn't be opposed to it. We're having some issues with the bolt carry group, bolt charging handle thingy. Words are hard today. Where I was hanging up on some of the rounds, and it looked a little bit sluggish to me when it's cycling, so maybe that just be a lube issue. I don't know. Yet again, I'm getting eaten up by flies. So I'll be a dead body over here somewhere. I don't smell anything. To me, I wouldn't be mad if I had to use this and I had the adequate amount of mags for it. I think this is a gun that, you know, it's definitely probably put people into the dirt. So it works, right? It shoots and it does its thing. Doesn't seem too picky, and it seems pretty reliable from what I can tell so far. Yet again, not an expert, so take this all with a grain of salt. But I wouldn't mind using this in a tactical application, of course, if I got more training with this rifle.
Hey, can you come here real quick?
Yep.
Yeah, look right in the lens.
So in conclusion, this is a enjoyable gun to use and run around with on the flat range. As far as a real-world application, I'd like to get more training and use with this firearm in particular. As it stands right now, I don't mind the idea of it being like a home defense, self-defense rifle if I had to. I had different guns for that, but I would like to play around with this particular gun more. Gentlemen, hey, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe or comment in the comment section down below. Your comments are a sacrifice to the algorithm god, and I greatly appreciate them. Head on over to Patreon. Patreon's a great place where we can interact, hang out, do butt buddy stuff, and I release videos early to my patrons, and they get to see them first before anybody else. So that's like at least one incentive. I also do giveaways there as well. T-shirts, if you want to buy any merchandise, there's a link to the website down below. You can get a t-shirt. If not, I don't care. It's no harm, no foul. I know it's been a rough year for a lot of people, and I greatly appreciate it. You guys, good crowd. I think you've been a good crowd. A lot of flies out here, so having a little mental breakdown. I'm just kidding, maybe. Okay, have a good one, bye.
Can I get an yeah?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he has two dads. I don't know how he said it the first time.